So I was like freaking out, right? I was like thinking, you know, it's weird once you have like a spiritual awakening and you learn all your lessons and you learn how to just live and be, right? With no attachments to earth or to things, right? God preps you. This is what He did to me. He prepped me. He said, okay, you learned all your lessons. He kept cheering me on, but He never told me He was going to push me out the nest. And He did. He pushed me out the nest, but He didn't kick me out the nest. He pushed me out the nest. And He's showing me in my imagination and my mind, He's showing me like a eagle, a bald eagle, and the babies. And there's always two, and one of them always ends up being the more dominant one. But I guess I was the more weaker one. But I made it. I lived. And He's like, go fly. I taught you everything I needed to teach you. You know everything. I gave you the tools. You have your ancestors and spirit backing you up, and you have archangels. You have your faith. You put your trust in yourself. You put your trust in your faith. And these past couple of days, I felt like vulnerable. I felt like somebody was I just felt like I was under attack. And I was just so quick to call to God. I was so quick to call to Him. But He was like standing back and He was watching me. He was like, what are you going to do? Let me see what you're going to do. And He was watching me. He wanted to see how I was going to react. If I was going to react in anger. If I was going to retaliate. If I was going to be emotional, over emotional. If I was going to go back to my old ways, my toxic habits. If I was going to be angry. He was watching me to see how I was going to act. And I prayed my little prayer in my head, and I got over it. I just put my faith in Him, and then I was like, okay, but I really didn't feel like He was really, really watching me. Like, what are you going to do? I want to see what you're going to do. I want to see what you're going to do on your own. And, I already learned my place where I started seeing myself detach, like He told me, unsee earthly things so you could see heavenly things. Well, I see heavenly things all the time. I see it in people. I see it in my attitude. I see it in the world and living. And yesterday I was just so off. I was just so 3D yesterday. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was hyper. I was everything. I was all these mixed emotions. I wasn't myself. I wasn't grounded. And actually, I didn't go to the park yesterday. So that was probably it too. But I wasn't grounded. And the point is that when He says like living is just being, and being on 5D is like you're not stressing, you're not trying to find fulfillment in other things or other people. You just are living. You're just good. You're solid. You're not holding grudges. You don't have no hard feelings. You understand people and where they're coming from. If they're hurt, they're acting from a hurt place in their life. You understand, right? But I was catching myself going back to 3D and how quick it was. And I was like, I did not like it. Because once you heal and you detach and you ascend, it's too good to go back. Like, you can't. And I was catching myself getting caught up in these little repetitive toxic behaviors from past people, just energy vampires trying to attach themselves to me. So, I prayed them off. I put it in God's hands. I remembered who I am. You know what I mean? and put it, and remember, God fights my battles. But I learned something big. I learned that being, he gave me everything I needed. He saved me. He healed me. He gave me the tools to learn, to manifest, to heal. He gave me everything I needed. He gave me all the gifts I needed. And he pushed me out the nest. It was actually a beautiful thing. It didn't really hit me. It didn't really hit me until late, you know what I mean? Because I was meditating and writing and trying to figure out what's different. Something's different. Something's missing. Something's wrong. Something's off. Why am I going backwards? Why am I backpedaling? And he was watching me. He was like, I want to see what you're going to do. Because he's letting us know that when he means to live in a 5D conscious reality is to be living free from chains, from manhold, government, from any kind of strongholds, physically, mentally, spiritually. And that includes him. Now, my faith and my religion aren't to everybody else's. Therefore, he means living in a state of just being, just living as is. No religion, no government, no nothing. Of course, you can always go back to what you feel comfortable will give you that, peace and clarity, because he helped me where I'm at right now. He gave me my life. I didn't even know it was, all these years. But he saved me, he healed me. And for that, I'll always have that comfort with him, to go back to him, that security with him. But he was basically showing me, you're on your own, you're out the nest now. Now go forth and go do, make me proud, you know what I mean? But he wasn't so much saying, spread religion, he wants everybody to keep faith. However you may choose to keep faith. But for us to all live with no labels, with no titles, with no, better, lesser, doctorates, certificate, no labels in society, no titles, no identities, just living beings. And that's what he did to me today. And it put me on my butt, but then I caught back up. I caught on right away, and I still prayed because I'm always prayerful. But I just noticed it was a little bit different. I noticed he was busy helping other people. And he was reminding me, remember what your job is. Remember what you're here for. Remember you asked for purpose, and I'm giving it to you. Now go heal, go do that. And I was thinking, I help people all the time, Father God. I was thinking in my mind. But he was leaving it up to me to figure it out. And he wasn't answering me. He wasn't mad at me. He was just watching me. He was watching to see what I was going to do. And, I meditated and I manifested. And, I just try to ground myself. And it's hard because, I have to find myself a real quiet place at home. And I don't have an office. And the kids are all downstairs. So, I try to make with what I have here in my room. And it's not the same as being outside, being around, living life. And to be somewhere in your room where it's just like cabin fever, But that'll change. I'm not going to dwell on that because it'll be a whole new day tomorrow for me to do this again and make a whole other video. But still in itself, it will open my eyes, and it was a beautiful lesson. Are we going to go back to the things that hurt us? Because they'll keep hurting us. But if that's what we want, we can have it. Are we going to keep living in the past? Are we going to keep dragging our feet? Are we going to get on the ball? You have everything you need. What's the holdup? What's going on? And I'm like asking him, well, what do you want me to do? Direct me. He's like, no. I ain't telling you nothing. Go on your own. The little engine that could. And I knew something was off yesterday. I just felt like something was missing. Like I felt his absence in my life yesterday. But he He was just quiet. He was just stashed in the back, quiet, like, watching me. And I totally, overreacted. I overindulged. Got over emotional. And then I had to remember, like he said, remember who you are. I'm healed. I don't have any attachments. I can handle any situation that comes my way. I have faith. I have favor in his eyes. I will be okay. I've overcame everything. Remember who I am. And it's not so much that I have to be labeled by him. He pushed me out to just be who I am in myself, and that's it. Because I never was able to just, we all have our own names and places in the world, but to truly walk in your own self and own yourself and be yourself and not have attachments to anything physical or material of the world, whether it be flesh, man of flesh, money, cars, whatever, we need that stuff, I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, to be a whole, complete being in my fullness, in all that I am, as is. No title, no, religious, ties or anything, just a being, a human being as he created me to be. Well, he says his earth angel. But as is, just a being, just a living being, free from any man restraints, world restraints, anything physical, mental, free. And it took me all day and I'm barely getting it. And I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to stay stuck. And I'm not going to dwell in these repetitive behaviors, these old toxic trait and habits. It's like once you beat it, it's like if you're ever homeless and you lose everything and then you get it all again, it ain't no thing to lose it again because you've been without it. You know what I mean? So you're not missing nothing. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm not missing nothing here arguing with people. I'm not missing nothing here. I don't have time for people who are trying to, like, energy vampires or, old habits or, but then again, at the same time, saying he's like letting me know, and I feel in my heart that I'm free and liberated to live my life as I want to, but with that always reminder of we only go forward. And once you taste what's ahead of you, you don't want to go back. So that automatically, you're good there. You know what I mean? Like, I automatically feel like, okay, I'm good there. Yeah, I already see what this has to offer. The past, ain't getting nowhere and nothing comes out of it. So in going forward, he's like, you're free. You're free. I feel it. He's not really telling me that, but I feel it. It's like, I'm free to love, free to open my heart, free to open my mind, free to open my creativity, free to create, free to love, free to exist, co-create, coexist. Liberated, truly and honestly liberated. And the first thing I said was, Father God, I'm going to love. Because what's the whole point of being named beloved if you can't love? To be loved, you can't. I was wondering why, my name was to be Amy, beloved, to be loved. And yet I never had received love my whole life. And no relationship ever worked out. But yet I was always giving my love time and time again. And I never switched up on anybody. I gave everybody 100% of my love, whoever I was with, all the time. And I never got it back. Not the way I should have, that I deserved to. But he had always reminded me, I gave you that love when nobody else did. I loved you when you didn't know, nobody did. And that is just enough to help me, get through. I don't have to dwell on it no more. It's like, now you're free to love. Now what's your excuse? No excuses. Go live, go be. No attachments. No ties to no religious, no ties to no titles, no, you be who you are, who you want to be, as is. Go live. And he pushed me out the nest. And I flew. And he didn't just push me out the nest. He gave me a little commissary pack on the way out. You know what I mean? Is that like all my tools to manifest, how to protect myself, how to remind me he's always there. I got my ancestors. He gave me all the clarity, peace, comfort, security that I need to know that I'm gonna have an okay landing. And when I land, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna have a little setup to go about my way, and then I'll fly again to another place, and I'll make a home of it and start out. It's time. Thank you, universe, God, everything. And he says, everybody has different religious beliefs. So when you, as you're healing people, try not to label or tie into one thing, and try not to fit into everything. Just be who you are. This is who I am. This is what I do. Do you need my help? Not tie it to anything. No ties. Not to, anything bad, anything good. Just you as is. Your name, your brand, your company, who you are, what you stand for. That's it. What your faith and belief is your personal business, because everybody's different. And I understand that. And I see how it limited people to receive the message I was putting out there. It limited people because I put that label on there. I put that religious, that, I had to learn to set that aside. And that's going to happen in business too. It's kind of like politics, but, not really. But yeah, I feel like all grown up, and I feel like I'm barely today's years old when I learned this. Every day's a learning experience. Never too old to learn, right? Now I'm just like, there's so much things I want to do. There's so many. I'm gonna go do them. God bless everybody. Take care. I'll keep putting messages out there. Who knows where I'll go with my spiritual journey. I have a lot of plans and ideas, a lot of business ideas that I'm thinking of venturing on. So I'll keep y'all posted, and I hope that y'all, support that, and I'll support you, and we'll make the world go around, and good karma. And I just want to say thank you for being my friend and being there for me and listening to me, the ones who do. And keep your vibes up. Good things will happen. We're all going to shift. It's a matter of time. Keep your faith in your heart and that hope in your heart. And keep your vibes up. Take care.